welcome back to the channel, guys. So we are doing another video on our series of correlations. We decided to do videos about how the major USD pairs in the forex market correlate with all the pairs they are involved in. So we have come back with the AUD as the base or quote. So we have come back with another video, which is correlation of AUD. Now, how many pairs have we chosen? We have excluded AUD Swiss francs and AUD New Zealand because if you try to use the correlation of these currencies, these are the pairs that are not easily traded. So we have chosen the easiest pair to trade with a strategy of using correlation in the pair as in the currency as the Australian dollar. So if you look here, we have Australian dollar versus US dollar, and we can see how the market structure looks like. We're looking at a range from 17th to the 22nd, and we see an impulse move on 23rd to the upward side, and a pullback or a retracement back to the demand zone or back to the support on the 24th. So we have three structures here. We have a range, we have a push on 24th to the upward side, and the retracement on 23rd we have a push to the upward side, and on 24th we have a retracement back to the support on 24th. Now, with the strategy of correlation, we are going to see how the pairs correlate with this structure. So we have the three pairs we have chosen that correlate properly with the Australian dollar, which is Australian dollar versus Canadian and Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. So AUD JPY and AUD CAD, if we look into correlation, these two pairs correlate with the Australian dollar USD in a positive way. So which means if the AUD USD rises up in price, the AUD CAD will also go up, and if AUD USD goes down, AUD JPY and AUD CAD will also go down. So that is what we call a positive correlation. And then when it comes to Euro and GBP AUD, they are negative correlated with the Australian dollar, because in these two pairs AUD is the core currency, and in these three AUD is the base currency. So every time AUD is in the core currency, that's a negative correlation. It means when it's going up in Euro and GBP AUD, these two, they will be going down, unless there is some major news on Euro or on GBP that is trying to push the price. So let's look at how these correlations are working so far. We are looking at a range upward and downward on 23rd and 24th. Let's look at AUD Canadian. If you look at AUD Canadian, right here we are looking at a range from 17th to 22nd, and we see a breakout and retest on 22nd. Then we see that impulse move to the upward side, which was a pretty good confirmation after the breakout happened and it retested. And if we try and look at 3rd and 4th, we see that impulse move upward, and we see that a hit of resistance from, for example, we have if you look at the technicals here, you can see that this was a good place to try and wait for a pullback in the currency, because it was a break of support and the market has been testing this exact zone. So right here the market rejected on the close of 23rd, and on the open of 24th it was very clear that the market is pushing to the downward side. So this opportunity was very clear entry to the bearish side. Now you can see properly that AUD Canadian and AUD USD, they have a positive correlation, as you can see, range up and down. AUD CAD, range up and down, pure positive correlation. So let's look at AUD JPY. So if you look at AUD JPY, we have the same thing. We have a simple range which took only 2 days, 18th and 21st, which was Friday and Monday of that week. And if you look at how the market reacted, it broke out early and then retested above the range. And here on 23rd, we saw that impulse move to the upward side and a little bit of the early morning in the Asian session of 24th, and then we saw that impulse move to the downward side. Now this shows you how the currencies are correlated. It means JPY right here was a little bit stronger and it broke out early from the range, but it retested and caught back in the same correlation with our AUD-USD. So this gives you a clear opportunity in such situations that you can trade easily both currencies. So these are the three pairs we have chosen that have a positive correlation. They will go up in the same market structure and they will come down in the same market structure. So there is a lot of opportunities right there. So let's look at these two pairs. The last two pairs here, they have a AUD, the Australian dollar, as the code currency. So which means in this Euro AUD, you will need 1.7 Australian dollars to buy 1 euro, or 1.685 as of right now. So let's look at how this works. So AUD-USD goes into a range from 17th to 22nd, breaks out on 22nd, retests on 23rd, and then hits that resistance or supply zone from the previous structure and comes back down on the 24th. So we have up and down on 23rd, and we have a range before that. So if you look at Euro AUD, we have a range from 17th to 22nd, and we have a breakout of the range on 22nd, and then a total impulse move on 23rd, and we have a move back up on 24th. So this, why does it look familiar? It's the opposite of Australian dollar versus USD, range down and up. To make it clear, let me put this in red, and let me put this in green. Range bearish, bullish. AUD-USD, range upward, downward. So it's the total opposite. So these two, AUD-USD and Euro AUD, is just the opposite of each other. But you have to use the technical analysis first. It means you have to analyze the market, see where your supports are, do your price action, look at where the price is breaking, look at the fair value gaps, wait for retests, get confirmation, and enter your position properly. It means AUD will go up and Euro AUD will go down, but you have to make sure on that day the setups you're looking at, you're not interfering, you're not entering zones where there is a lot of market release data. I'm putting all the link to these sites. You can go to forexfactory.com. You can see all the market data that is being released on a daily basis, all the economic news, free of charge. You can look at them the entire week, previous, future market data. You can look at any economic data you want and you can do your research. So price correlation will always work, but it cannot precede the market economic releases, the news. So let's go to GBP AUD. Same thing on GBP AUD. We have a range at the top. So let's try to label the range properly. So we have a range at the top, and we have a move to the downward side, and we have a range on 24th. And why is this? Because if you look at AUD on 24th, we have a move to the downward side, as you can see. Why is GBP AUD not making a move to the upward side here? Because if a correlation is to work properly, we could have seen a move right there. And why is GBP not making that move to the upward side if its code currency is moving down pretty good, as you can see here? So the reason why GBP on 24th didn't make that move to the upward side, if you look at GBP USD, let's check in on GBP USD here very fast and see what happened on the 24th. If you look on the 24th, we had a very huge impulse move for the entire day from London session straight to New York closing. So this impulse move on GBP USD could not allow GBP AUD to make that move to the upward side. So it means if AUD was going down, it could have pushed GBP USD to go up, but because both of them had those impulse moves, GBP AUD created a range and it did move even an inch. So otherwise you could have open position here and there were just a little scalp orders right there, something like 20 pips. Otherwise there was no good move on GBP AUD. So those are the 5 pairs we have chosen, and the 3 pairs, the first 3 pairs, AUD, USD, AUD Canadian, and AUD JPY, those are the positive. These 2 pairs have a positive correlation with AUD USD, and these 2 have a negative correlation. So those are the 4 pairs. The first 2, where AUD is the base, they have a positive, and where AUD is the core currency, they have a negative correlation. AUD goes up, these 2 will go up, and these 2 will go down, and you have to make sure these 2 base currencies, they don't have news that is trying to push them to the opposite side. So thanks for watching, guys, and always keep it up. Shari FX Academy.